Hello, dear students. Today we are going to learn English Literature, Chapter 7, The Seven Snowmen, the second part. It was day 4. There was still no sign of any rescue team, and the road was still blocked. Why don't you children go out and play? It hasn't snowed since last night and the sky looks clear this morning, said Gia's father. So dear students, Gia's father told them that it is the 4th day and there is no sign of any rescue team. And the road is still blocked. So dear children, you all can go out and play, okay? Because the sky looks clear this morning. Out in the snow, Om and Alka showed Gia how to pack the snow as if making laddus. Then added more snow to make a big round ball. But it was too cold for them to throw snowball at each other. Om and Alka threw them up in the air instead and watched in delight as they crushed to the ground. Gia continued to pack the snow and made a big snowball. Outside, Alka and Gia started playing with snow. Okay, they started making balls like laddus. Okay, they started making ball like laddus and they wanted to throw on each other, but it was very cold. So that is why they were not throwing at each other. Okay. Then Om and Alka threw up in the air. Okay, so it was very cold, so they couldn't throw on each other. So Om and Alka threw them up in the air. Okay, and watched it, and they were enjoying it. Gia continued to pack the snow and made a big snowball. And Gia continued making a snowball and she made a big snowball. Let's make a snowman, said Gia. Now Gia told the others, come on, let's make a snowman. This time, Gia rolled another, slightly smaller snowball and placed it on the first. Then she made a smaller one for the head. She used pebbles for the eyes, a twig for the nose, and shaped a smile with little stones. So first she made a big snowball. Second time she made it a little bit smaller compared to the first one. Okay, and she placed it on the first one. Then she made a smaller one for the head. So first she made a bigger snowball, then on top of it little bit smaller, slightly smaller than the first one, and then she made one for the head. She used pebbles. You know what is pebbles, dear student? It's a small smooth stones. Okay. Usually you get it near a river. Okay, pebbles you find it near a river. So she took the pebbles for the eyes. She took 2 pebbles and put it for the eyes. A twig, a small stick for the nose. Okay, and made a smile with little stone. Our own snowman, announced Gia, and the children clapped and laughed. Now Gia had made a snowman and she started announcing, shouting and saying, our own snowman. And The other children clapped and laughed. The four men also joined them and started to build their own. Soon, 7 snowmen of different size stood in a semicircle. The snowmen looked smart with their different hats, woolen caps, cracked buckets, and an upturned vegetable basket placed on their heads. Now, when the children were playing with the snow, making snowman, the elders also joined them. Okay, the elders came out and even they started making the snowmen. Okay, and then they all were enjoying themselves and they started putting hat for the snowman and woolen cap, broken bucket, vegetable basket, okay, and they all were enjoying in the snow. Everyone was tired by now. After a hearty lunch, they decided to take some rest, except for poor Dinesh, whose turn it was to be outdoors. So now they all were playing in the snow and they had a nice lunch, so they were all tired. So now they decided to take some rest. But it was Dinesh's turn to wait outside and see if the helicopter returns back. Dinesh Chacha, why don't you also take a nap? I'll sit inside near the window. The snowmen will keep me company, said Jia. So now it was Dinesh's turn to sit outside. So Jia told Dinesh Chacha, why don't you also go and take some rest? And I'll sit near the window and the snowmen will keep me company. Okay, so Jia told her uncle to go and take rest. She'll sit near the window. Jia's father was the first to hear the whirring sound. He woke the others up and they all rushed out of the trap door. Jia had curled up near the window in deep sleep. Now Jia's father heard some sound, okay? He heard some sound and he woke up everyone and they all rushed outside. And Jia was tired and she was curled up near the window and she was in a deep sleep. Not again, Dinesh thought. The helicopter was flying away from them. So now Dinesh, Jia's uncle, thought, not again. The helicopter is flying away, leaving us here alone. Jia woke up too and went outside. Everyone was staring at the empty sky. Now, when they all were talking, Jia got up and she also went out and they all were staring at the empty sky because they couldn't see the helicopter, so they all were looking up. Hello, said a strange voice behind her and made her jump. She turned around. It can't be true, she thought. But between the snowmen were 3 soldiers from the Indian army. Now suddenly Jia heard a sound and she got scared. She suddenly jumped, and when she turned and she looked, she saw that between the snowmen were 3 soldiers. 3 soldiers were standing there. Okay, 3 soldiers were standing there. This was the rescue team looking for 7 people. They had been flying above the mountains when they spotted the snowmen. Could they be 7 missing people? They had come to look. Yes, after they found them, the helicopter soon turned and lifted them up with the help of cables. So dear students, these peoples were looking for the 7 people. Okay, these soldiers were looking out for 7 people in the helicopter. Okay, now when they saw them, they took them in the helicopter with the help of the cables. Okay, they took them in the helicopter and helped them to reach their home.